Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're using these 5 mods to make studying magic in Skyrim as immersive as possible, as well as episode 2 of the playthrough. We'll talk more about these mods when we get there, and the links to them will be in the description below. In the last episode we became the Dragonborn, but before we go telling it on the mountain, I want to level up. So we're going to ignore the graybeards for now. You okay with that, Lids?
Still here.
Good to hear. Let's go.
Carriages to all the cities in Skyrim. Don't forget us. Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. You can see Azura's shrine for miles on a clear day. You people did a good job with that, I'll say it to anybody.
We arrived to a relatively familiar Winterhold. JK Skyrim didn't change the exteriors very much. The interiors are gorgeous, however, and we'll check them out eventually. Before we begin, I do want to say the relevant mods are in the description, but it will take more work than simply click and play, so read carefully.
The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge.
You're still learning a lot about fighting and traveling,
Perhaps,
aren't you?
but what is it you expect to find?
I don't know if it was from the long ride or Lydia teasing us about being weak, but I was in the mood to jest.
Huh. Humor is often in short supply here. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college?
Tuition?
Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. The Mage Light spell is useful to any mage, not just those specializing in alteration. Can you cast one?
Due to the way the entry test works, this spell will be immediately available to us, but it won't be so easy soon enough.
Here you are.
I'll explain more soon, but essentially in this mod list, you can't just cast a spell on the first try. You gotta work for it.
The college is an asset to Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or Well done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
And with the crossing of the bridge, welcome to the most immersive college experience in Skyrim. And right off the bat, the first thing we see is that the college itself has gone through a whole redesign. From top to bottom, inside and out, this college is designed for a student of magic to become enthralled. Not only has things been made prettier, but the building has been retrofitted to feel more like an actual university. The lushness of the courtyard is only a peek at the beauty of the obscure College of Winterhold mod. I spent a lot of time putting this mod list together. However, I could say that it's not exactly perfect. If you have any suggestions for add-ons that you think would work well, let me know in the comments. And I'm also using Pandora's NPCs, so people are going to look a little bit different.
Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there are lately.
And that line makes a whole lot
I'll
more
give you a
sense
brief
when there's
tour
12
and then
new
we'll get into
students
your
instead
first
of just
class.
3.
Are you ready to begin? Our newest members
The
are
usual
housed here in
orientation
all
still
of the-
presides.
This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try
However,
and
our
be
dorm room
considerate.
has changed.
Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions. Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know.
Alright, so we joined the college, so 10 minutes from now we should be the Archmage and we can move on. Right? While Tolfdir goes through his spiel that some of you may have heard hundreds of times before, I'll cover the main mods. As I mentioned before, the whole college has been overhauled and brings with it more immersive rooms and decor. It feels more complete now. Secondly, in order to study, we need to actually have classes to go to. Before we can do anything dangerous, we need to prove that we can handle it. There are quite a few new faces around campus, and their interactions make it feel more like a real place, not just a club for 3 people and 8 teachers. This one revolutionizes how we practice magic. We'll go into the specifics later, but it makes it so you can research spells, potions, and enchantments like a real student. Lastly, a newcomer, as of March this year, yet already a staple in this mod list. No longer can you eat a tome and instantly know the spell. This one forces you to practice them. The last mod, Books of Power, actually supplements and fleshes out some of the other mods on the list, as you'll see later. So that's why I was so excited to sneak it in before we started.
I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? That's all right. I can teach you a very basic ward, one that's enough for the purposes of this lesson. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up.
So we cast it perfectly in front of a watchful class. Not only am I the only student with a bodyguard, but I'm not half bad at magic to boot. This is the moment where typically you're thrust into the call of adventure and will quickly find yourself in an advanced placement course. Instead, we'll actually begin learning something.
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. No. You give an old man hope.
Really? That must be so nice.
Ah, excellent. Very good. Today, I'll teach you a useful spell that might just save your
Hey
life.
guys, I'm trying to talk to the professor. Do you mind chatting in the hallway?
Very glad you learned it.
Awkward. Sorry to have
I
brought it
will
up.
teach you how to breathe underwater. This is exciting, isn't it?
So he gives us a spell tome to learn, which
Here,
typically would
take a
involve
look at
immediately reading it and
Just
then
let
getting
me
the
know
next
when
part
you
directly
practice
after.
the spell, all right?
But we chose to play with immersion, so we get to watch him walk away as we get ready to study. But, you know, emphasis on the fact that we chose this lifestyle. We know what we're getting into, and for some of you, this might be right up your alley. Ugh, not to mention survival mode, so we are going to need some brain food as well. One of the main reasons we chose Obscure for our college replacement is that it actually has a place for study sessions like Maribel touted in the tour. You can actually find students practicing, teachers lounging, and even some one-on-one lessons, once again making it feel like an actual school. So the essentials are here, like enchanting tables and alchemy labs. But then they also have things to practice spells on, like this magical missile that teaches you ward timing. And these ones you can attack like an enemy. Take that. Yeah. And if you feel like testing your mettle or need a deterrence from cheating, a former student is ready at all times. It may be the only time they can put their arms down, so their thank you is genuine.
Thank you.
But don't expect them to go easy on you just because it's your first year. And definitely learn to save. So now it's finally time to learn, but first we must equip the spell. But with Books of Power, it's no longer in the book section, but rather in the scrolls. Reading the description, we can see that it costs way too much magic, lasts for far too little time, and is only level 1. We have to cast it until we can get to level 9, at which point we know the spell. But you need to have enough magicka to even attempt it. Good thing we have our hand-me-down hood to give us some more. Oh, that's right. We're pretty tired from our first day. Maybe a rest is what we need. Another challenge in the studying lifestyle is that pesky need for food and sleep. We could go all the way back to the dorms, but we didn't die 3 times to a troll for nothing. Nice relaxing sleep in my pocket dimension. Alright, fully rested, fully dressed. Time to cast a spell. Are you kidding me? It takes 50 more magicka than we even have. In search of my professor, I run into the dean.
You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken. Sir, how quaint. I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
Be careful.
I realize that I may not be appropriately equipped for class. It's not encouraging that the first lesson is escaping me so quickly. Hey, Teach, you sell any shortcuts?
The college will be here
And
for
by
you
shortcuts,
no
of
matter
course,
what.
I mean
We always
college-approved
look after
learning
our own.
materials. Of course.
Take a look.
Well, you know what they say. If you don't have the inborn abilities needed, just buy your way in. The library is a pretty happening place, and there's usually a fun conversation to eavesdrop onto.
I'm positive whatever I require will be revealed to me on its own in due time.
So, you don't need anything then?
It's ironic.
Oh,
The town
my
closest
dear
to the center
Ureg,
of all
you're
magic in
trying so
Skyrim
hard to
hates
help.
magic the most.
I do hope you're not disappointed.
Disappointed is not the word I would choose, Colette. Excuse me.
But the real reason we are here is because there is much to learn from a library, such as the fact that each book we read gives us a little bit of XP. So what is a student to do save to read a book or two?
I seem to have.
And by two, I do mean everything in the bookcase.
Placed them.
And by the bookcase, I of course mean both. And once you've read the lobby, why not peruse the library? Much knowledge lies locked away. We will have to find a way in later. And then eventually you'll come to a point where you struggle to find something new to read. I wish I didn't care about immersive NPCs, but Olivia and Eleanor's banter is hilarious at times, and they're just two of many.
And shall I be forced to wait until the end of the day as well? We have a word with Urag regarding...
And I'm not sure which mod does it, but I swear there's more lines than typical, even among typical characters like Urag and Drevis.
Drevis.
Oh, no, not really. I've forgotten what I was looking for.
Well then, let me know if you need anything.
What's that? Oh, yes, thank you. I will.
Anyways, after a few hours in the stacks, we find out that we are better for it. A lot better for it. This was possible by the Experience mod, and if you use it, I highly recommend a trip to your public library. Also do it in Skyrim, it helps. So let's just spend the 7 points on the full suite of magic, anything that'll help us get ahead in class. And we're picking up enchanting and alchemy for reasons that will become clear in the next episode. Okay, now do I have enough magicka to cast the introductory spell of my introductory course? Whew, was I unqualified to enroll? Okay, so it can be done. Now to just do it.
You are new, yes? Have you mastered the expert-level distraction spells yet?
It's good to find someone in your class that matches your ambition, so you both can push each other forward.
First. It is good to finally be around mages who may be able to keep up with Gisargo. There is much for Gisargo to be sure of. There is skill in magic, there is charm, and there is a strong will. Gisargo will be successful. Of this there is no doubt. Swift hunting.
We'll be in touch, Gisargo. For now, I gotta buckle down. It's almost bedtime. So literally all you do in Books of Power is hold the book and cast it over and over again, slowly increasing your skill. Until you get the pop-up saying that you're getting slightly better. It is very tedious and will extend your playtime considerably. This mod really isn't for everybody. In fact, a lot of people won't want that much tedium in their curriculum, but for some of you, this may be perfect for your build. You'll end up playing slowly for longer, but it allows you to catch more interactions like this.
Busy now?
Cesargo understands. You hesitate because you know Cesargo will be better than you. Very well.
Nords don't trust magic or those that use it. Made it difficult for me growing up.
So now that everyone's done yapping, let's continue the lesson. Cast, wait. Cast, wait. Cast, wait. And to save you all that time, I'm just going to show you the first one, time-lapse forward, and then we'll move on. Eventually you'll get word that it all paid off. You officially know the spell and can cast it at any time. And for significantly less magicka than it took to learn it. I have grown to appreciate Colette. There are many times when she tries so hard to make friends with her colleagues, but they just... We're also using spell research, which is another overhaul on how you learn magic, but we'll explain more in the next episode when it becomes more relevant. For now, all you need to know is there is a research journal and a limbic in your room, and they're worth grabbing. We get a dastardly idea, so we decide to pray to Azura for some luck. Another challenging aspect to this is the survival mode that we're doing through Frostfall, and the weather out here is not exactly great. Up on the roof, we find one of Shalador's caches, which includes a very peculiar mask. It's not actually a Dragon Priest mask, but interesting nonetheless. I wonder if it has a place in our museum. It's a little too early in the day for our nefarious plans, so we'll wait in the bitter cold for hours. Nearly freezing to death in the process. So there is a bookcase with some forbidden spell tomes that we can't allow ourselves to be left unknown. It's the middle of the night, so thankfully the lobby is empty, so I can snag these with ease. Several moderately powered spells that I'm sure we'll learn next semester, but can behoove us now. But now that I've had a taste of crime, I want more. I'm sure there's more to be swiped here. Behind Urog's desk, we find some seemingly valuable rings, but we leave them be. No way to sell them, and who knows who they belong to. But making our way into the library, we find that we are not alone. Act casual. Nothing to see here.
What do you need?
Apparently the building is open to students at all hours, making my plan to pilfer in secret, a little bit difficult. I have to move quickly and grab whatever is most immediately useful. I can't have committed all these crimes in vain. Nothing in the cabinet, but there is a curious looking key on the counter worth keeping. And with that, my first extracurricular assignment in sneaking is complete.
What do you need?
Oh, nothing. Have a good evening. Finally, the forbidden knowledge is mine, and I have a few hours to practice before the sun rises. Oh, that's loud. And is accompanied by drums, apparently? Well, this isn't the best impression to make on our first night, but I do gotta learn these spells before anyone notices they're gone. Sorry, classmates. It's gonna be a long one. So, through the night, I blast my music, stopping somewhere around 4 AM when I finally learned to drum on beat. And then I moved my setting to the practice room to get better at some of the spells that I bought for myself. Legally. Two of which that I worked hard on are Stoneflesh and Okado's Recital, which I just barely have enough magicka to cast. I'll show you in practice soon, but essentially it allows me to cast 3 spells for free upon entering combat. Very useful for a battle mage. The other 2 I use with it are Fast Healing and Soul Cloak, but we'll get to those later. For now, it is time to tell the professor we learned the skill and are ready for the coursework. Funny how the addition of Books of Power extended the time between learn this and do that by making the player actually learn it.
That's what
I
this
love it.
lesson is for. Perfect time to try it out. I think perhaps you could help one of our scholars. Ah, yes. Find Arniel Gain. Look around. I'm sure you'll find him. He'll show you what to do.
The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable.
Ah, I see. Well, now, I guess you'll have to come with me. Good. The 2 of us, then. Isn't this exciting? Just north of here. It's not far, but travel has become dangerous of late. Get ready. Are you? I hope so. Come on.
Oh, Arniel, you're so unjustly hated. So here's an example of how Okado's Recital works. It'll automatically cast Stoneflesh for no magicka the moment we enter battle. It also gives you a little bit of XP as well. If we weren't using the experience mod, it could be a bit overpowered, but we don't level up that way. Before we continue on with the classwork, let's swing by and say hi to Septimus. This is one of my favorite of JK's interiors. There's a lot of contenders though, so I'm not sure where on the list this goes. I have always loved Septimus, and felt it was a shame that he was a doddering old fool tucked away in a dingy cave raving to himself. But this mod changes his scenery, so now he is a doddering old researcher tucked away in an elaborate cave raving to himself productively. There's even a room for him at the obscure college showing that he is indeed a part of the college, just focused so much on his work that he practically lives here. A simple location change gives him an appropriate context shift that gives his character legitimacy again. Anyways, I'll let him rave for a sec and then we'll move on.
Dwemer in the beyond, I'll know your lost unknown and rise to your depths. Oh, I am well. I will be well. Well to be within the will inside the walls. One block lifts the other. Septimus will give what you want, but you must bring him something in return. Have you heard of Black Reach? Cast upon where Drimmer city slept, the yearning spire hidden learnings kept. 2 things I have for you. 2 shapes, one edged, one round. Find Mazark and its sky dome. The machinations there will read the scroll and lay the lore upon the cube. Trust Septimus. He knows you can know.
I'm excited to get started on this quest, but that'll have to be in a later episode because Dwarven runes are a little bit harder in this mod list. But for now we need to get back to Arniel before the sun sets.
We're finally here. Good, good.
So for anyone playing this mod and is at this mission and struggling to find the crystal, I'll provide the item ID for you at the top of the screen thrice. This mission's a real pain and I'd like to spare you. Oftentimes I've had to look up the answer online, and typically the reference ID is not actually listed, just the fact that you have to find it. So here's the reference ID.
Alright, just remember that I'm responsible for you, so don't get stabbed, shot, or flayed alive.
This Lydia has much better stay here responses. So firstly light, because it's late, and then secondly the spell to actually breathe underwater. And lastly, because we're playing with Frostfall, an extract so the water doesn't freeze us to death. It's not typically this crowded with seaweed, but it still is never easy to find on the first pass. For those of you who need it, here's the exact console command you can type into your game to get the crystal. And just like that, the most annoying mission of the college questline expansion mod is done.
Waste of time, then. Certainly none of this will benefit my research. Still,
And it's always nice to know that it was all for nothing. Thanks,
perhaps,
Arniel.
You know, there's still something to be learned here. Well, I hope so.
I'm with you, Thane.
I'm working on some very important research.
Oh, I bet.
Thank you for bringing this to me. You did your part. Very good.
Good, we finished the lesson. Time to head to Sarthon now, right?
Only scratch the surface.
Right? What do you mean there are multiple schools of magic and there are instructors here for each one? Wait, you mean I actually have to learn magic? Well, no time like the present. Let's meet the faculty.
You wish to master the arcane arts, huh? Well, if you insist. Destruction spells come in different forms, each useful for various purposes. So, fire, a capricious element, often deadly, but always exciting. Let's see. A standard spell for one skilled in destruction magic is the Firebolt. Tell me, can you cast it? Oh, I see. Well, in that case, here, take this. I suggest you learn more on your own. Come back once you've attained some measure of success.
Each teacher will give us a spell tome to learn before their quest. Typically it's instantaneous, but, you know.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Well then, firstly, the ability to repel the undead cannot be ignored. Restoration's not just healing cuts and bruises, you know. The undead are a very real, very dangerous threat, and restoration magics can keep them at bay. Skyrim is well known to be full of these Draugr. Have you met one of those? Oh, I see. Fine. Here, this is for you. Then take it.
I kind of wish that I said that I hadn't. I feel like I robbed her of the joy of explaining Draugrs to me. We discover there's a teacher lounge / tavern downstairs, where we meet the resident bad boy of the college.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward. Ah, so my reputation precedes me. Yes, I can teach you a few things. Illusion really is the least appreciated of the schools of magic. Never underestimate the ability to influence others. Whether they're friends or foes, they're almost all susceptible to illusion spells. Is that clear? Oh, I see. Yes, here. This is for you. Read carefully, all right? Need something?
College will be here for you no matter what.
As well as the resident boy who is bad.
Yes, whatever. I care little for idle conversation. But perhaps you need help with conjuration magic. What a shame. Fine. I'll teach you some of what I know, but be careful. And please also contain your summons to the college grounds. The locals do not need additional reasons to hate us. Are we clear? Good. Here, take this. It's simple, but it deserves proper respect and study.
Even the enchanting
Yes,
teacher
what
has
do
a
you
lesson
want?
for us.
Look at you, young and stupid. Do you have any idea how busy I am? Enchanting is simple. Unless, of course, you were simple. Then, I can't help you. Let's see. Here, this is for you. I'm sure you can figure it out on your own. Assuming, of course, that you can read.
If you're working on any experiments, please.
Urog has a
talk about
quest as
yourself.
well, but it's about reading books, and I've had enough books for today. Alright, with all the learning materials in hand, it's time to once again delve into the study hall and learn some magic. By casting very weakly over and over and over again. until the spell is no longer weak. Only to start over on a brand new spell. Level 1. Riveting stuff, I know.
My father grew up in Brazil, and he always complained about the cold in
But it does feel good to see the words "You mastered the spell" at the top of the screen. Well, with all our homework completed, it's time for our one-on-one lessons.
No matter what the guards claim. Excellent. Follow me. I think it's time to test your knowledge against mine. Exciting, isn't it? Now, cast the spell. Come on, let's see what you're made of. How quickly you've advanced. Well, now is my turn. Watch this. Come on, fight, fight! Come on! I'm sorry, but that was hardly a challenge. Sad, isn't it? Indeed. However, all conjuration spells deserve study. Summon dogs can be useful, of course. Well, at the very least, as an amusing diversion for your enemies. Perhaps one day.
I actually never knew these people were teachers until this mod. I thought essentially they were just the people you bought spells from on campus.
For an apprentice like yourself.
And one-on-one lessons like this, where they actually explain about the course that they teach, makes me feel like I'm actually a student.
I am busy, so until later.
Excellent. Well done. But there is always more to learn, of course. Now that I think on it, skeevers, perfect target. Your assistants would be most useful. Use what you learned. But be careful. They're faster than you think. Clear the filthy skeeverdon. With magic at your side, you'll have nothing to fear.
What?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
Oh, that's right. This mod list was built on the bones of when it was going to be a horror playthrough, and I forgot to get rid of a few things, like the fact that the courier is now a giant frostbite spider.
Looks like that's it. Got to go.
I'm sure I won't forget that later when we see him again. Quite the opponent. Truly a worthy challenge.
Haha! Oh, I knew I had a good feeling about you. Very good. But keep studying. You've only scratched the surface.
A neat part of Obscures is that if the NPC isn't in their room or office, you can easily locate them using their name plaque. The NPCs have more places to go and things to do, so it'll come in handy when they're more than just a few feet to the left.
Still, there's always room for improvement. Ah, good. So, a small test, if you will. Here, I'll mark the location on your map. Good luck.
Another prayer to Azura for luck? I'm excited to test out my new spell, much to the concern of my bodyguard, but it's hard to explain that you've got it to the person talking you down from the ledge.
But I still think you need my help with a few things.
And with a quick cast, our target is clear. Against Lydia's best wishes, we leap. Well, that was fun. But it also means that Lydia will have to take the long way around. We're on our own. It's not long before we arrive. A desolate little island in an icy sea. The vicious beast lay before us, a blight on our town, a terrifying ice wraith. It will take all my power to defeat such a creature. Armed with an afternoon's course on firebolts, I ready myself for battle. Have at thee! Wait, really? That's it? But what of the tails? Look at the bones! I expected the silly skeevers from Drevis, but come on, Feralda, you could have done better. Finally, a challenge. My confidence swells to a bursting point after that measly battle. Let us fight, Sir Dragon. Firebolt! Firebolt! Ah, Firebolt! Well, this may be a little more of a challenge than I anticipated. Oh, suddenly we find ourselves terrible at magic. Might have something to do with this. Well, we decide to very bravely advance in the opposite direction from battle. Strategically, of course. Lydia, the dragon's being mean to me. Go get him. Hey guards, I heard that dragon didn't pay its taxes. It's good to see the Nords take back their lands from the dragons, like their ancestors of old days. Oh, well, I'm still impressed. Place your bets, people. Who's going down? Who's going down? Make your money, make your money. If I kill the thing that killed the dragon, that's just as good as me killing it, right? Yeah, I killed a dragon. I feel totally good about that. Oh wait, I mean... Yeah, I killed a dragon. I feel good about that. Oh hey Lydia, I didn't see you there. You totally missed me killing this dragon. It was pretty epic.
Excellent. Well done indeed. The Firebolt spell is useful to any mage. Wield it faithfully, and few can withstand you. But always remember, focusing solely on flame spells will make them more powerful, of course. But you may find yourself at a disadvantage against foes immune to fire. Choosing the right element can be a big advantage. Good. Now, I've got all sorts of errands to run. See you around.
In Obscures, the teachers have actual office hours where they could be found working or assisting students. I mean, seriously, how can I go back to the typical College of Winterhold knowing that this mod exists?
And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Excellent. You should give it a try, right? Talk to Tolfdir. Yes. He was here, but he left. Mentioned something about needing help. Okay, well, that's all I've got. Bye now.
Ah, yes. We've become aware of a problem in Winterhold. Underneath the college. Draugr, down in the midden. Nothing truly dangerous, but still, it needs to be taken care of course. Oh, excellent. It's good to know that won't be a problem any longer. But please, do be careful, all right? Good.
This midden mod isn't actually a part of Obscure's College, but it does work very well with it. Obscure does make you work to get into the midden. There's a fun little note from Urog telling people to bar the door when they leave, because the ice wraiths escape and cause trouble in the library. And with a master level lock, they really make you work for it. This footage is sped up 800%. And this here is in real time. Again, this replacer has been chosen for its ability to immerse the player in a world where the college has students actively studying magic. And there are signs of student life all over this midden. Why won't you die? What in the Black Sacrament is going on here? Why do I feel like everything here is properly closed and locked? Where's the negligence? Sorry, Colette. Restoration is not a perfectly valid school here. There is much more to explore here, but we'll do that in the next episode.
Let's go.
Oh, look at you. Such a devoted student of restoration. Keep at it.
So there was a lesson that I left out from Urog at the library, but it was just reading comprehension, so I'll leave that to those who play this mod. Easy enough. Client wants a fire sword. Client gets a fire sword.
Can't say I blame you. I barely trust any of it myself.
Watching you reminds me of my first days as an enchanter.
Probably the nicest thing this guy has ever said. Completely worth it to hear him be friendly.
So, here's the name and location of the client. Well, what are you waiting for? I'm not getting any younger, you know.
And like that, he's back to being abrasive. So not only have we been entrusted with making the product, but we actually need to deliver it as well. But it's going to be a long journey in a survival playthrough with no fast travel, so we must prepare. Lydia meets someone on her way out. It takes me a few minutes to realize she was giving me the face that says she wants some privacy, so I decided to let her make acquaintances. Just don't get too attached. Who knows what our adventure will bring. So, with all the swagger of a student given a hall pass and all the knowledge of a single week's class loads, we saunter our way out of the school.
Looking to hire a boat? Where are you headed?
On our way, we take our first stop to swing by Solitude, to once again visit the Dragonborn Gallery, because that is the basis of this playthrough after all. We have a small load of items to store, basically just the things we looted from the bandits in the last episode. And we still have yet to find the requested artifacts that have much more prominence in the museum. Still, every display is worthwhile. A slow start, but a start nonetheless. Looking at our map, we see that we could have been closer to our goal if we had come through Morthal, but still close enough that we can adventure by foot. Remembering that half this mod list is for horror, it doesn't surprise me to see a bunch of zombies in my way. A little deeper into the marsh, however, things turn darker as a haze descends over the land. A small camp filled with the undead doesn't seem out of place. A terrible sickness befell a hunting party, perhaps. But upon the destruction of a former priest, a darker tale starts to unfold. A Nordic ruin, but there's no time. We're surrounded. Pressing deeper and finding more of those things, we started to realize that it was more than just a campground turned evil. It was the desolation of an entire village. There are plenty of notes around to be found that tell the terrible tale. Worth a read if you can. I highly recommend this mod. Oh hey! Are you friendly? Well, you seem pretty cool. I mean, you seem like a good enough person to talk to. Do you mind if I lay some of my burdens on you? I mean, sometimes it's just so much having to be the chosen one all the time, you know? Like, I get enough pressures to do well in school, but... Ah, Lydia, look out! There's a skeleton! Don't worry. I'll protect you. Really considering the life choices that led me to not purging the mod list of horror elements. Quickly realizing that the confidence that got me this far may also get me killed. Can't I get a moment to breathe? Jeez. Okay, good. I think it's stuck behind that web. Nope, 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 it's not stuck, it's not stuck, it's not stuck. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, I have an idea. Maybe I sneak and get the drop on it. A little extra damage. That'll take care of it. Okay, I have a better idea. How about I not do that? Morthal's exterior didn't change very much, but it's got some pretty cool interiors, but we'll see more of those later.
We've no need for wizards in our midst.
You're not talking about me, right?
There's enough problems as it is. It's no use.
Oh, that look tells me that you are. Alright, well, I can take the less than subtle hint. Finally, back into, well, relative safety. Now, if only I can master the secret to meditating.
Don't even think about it.
Thanks, kid. I'll try that out.
Well, look what we have here. Another wizard. Great. What do you want? Sword? What? No. But... Ah, I see now. My daughter Adara. She's gonna get a sit-down later. So, you need to leave now. Go.
Are you from college in Winterhold? Really? Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to ask you something. See, the thing is... Mama doesn't like when I do magic, but I can't help it. I swear. Yes, you heard correctly. So, can I come with you? You know, to the college in Winterhold? What? No! Yes? I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Please. I'm all alone. Maybe you can help me. You would do that? That's great. Thank you. Come on. Let's go.
The College of Winterhold. Really? Ugh, magic is nothing but trouble. But honestly, I just want my daughter to be happy.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes. Look, I want you to be happy. So, go. out if you change your mind. You can always stay with me, okay?
Oh, thank you! You're the best. I can't wait to learn from the mages in Winterhold.
Well, this is it then. Look after yourself, Adara. You better come back to me. You hear?
Thank you. Thanks for everything. So, stay safe. Bye, Mama.
Oh my word. I'm worried about my daughter.
I said I'd look after her. Have a little faith, man. We travel through the rest of the night to make it to Winterhold by morning. Cold and hungry, I spot an easy meal, made impossible by another pack of zombies. On the hill I spotted a tower, which would be good to take shelter in for the night. I am freezing after all. However, something about this place tells me I'd be better off not going inside. If you know, you know.
I can't wait to learn from the mages in Winterhold. I just get so excited thinking about it.
But I probably should have rested somewhere, because before I know it, I'm passing out from exposure. Our loyal bodyguard Lydia dragged us to the nearest campsite, where I could slowly recover. Hey, thanks, Lids. Wait, where's Adara? Where's the kid, Lydia? Lydia! Adara! Adara, can you hear me? Turns out the campsite that we're staying at is owned by some people who also lost people they care about. Lydia. Adara, there you are! You had me worried sick! Now that you're back, I'm too excited to wait any longer. We're almost there. Come on, Fox. Let's welcome her home.
Greetings, apprentice. Good to see you again. Looks like you got someone with you. Who's this? You tell me. The college is no place to raise a child. Oh, I would be most impressed to see that.
Well, see, the thing is, I can't. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. Okay, wait. Here we go.
By the gods, I don't even know what to say. Well, I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice.
This is great! Wow, thanks!
Come with me. Mirabelle will be waiting for you.
I love quests that have a satisfying conclusion. It's so wholesome to see such positivity.
Is it taken care of?
And we're back to the negativity.
I've no time for Marla or Mara or whatever her name is. There's work to be done. So, until next time.
And so, with his grumpy approval, our lessons are now complete. What would have taken us 5 minutes in the base game required us to put in some serious effort, but it paid off. Now we're practiced in each of the schools of magic, and it felt like we actually did something.
Now,
A good
let's
part
see.
of the joy of a mod list like this is
college
the
has
feeling of a
undertaken
job well done.
fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby.
And hearing him finally say that line has never been so
I suggest
fulfilling.
we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside.
And that is the conclusion of the College Quest Expanded mod. Just a little something to slow down the learning process, push you back, and keep you from going to Sarthal 5 minutes after joining.
He's like a pack rat.
We've got quite a lot more to learn. Apparently we just keep scratching surfaces, but I'm excited to show you how we excel at these studies in the next episode.
Can't say I blame you. I barely trust any of it myself.
Well, you don't dabble much in comedy, do you? Tell me how to dabble in magic, I'll show you magic. And that is how I made the most immersive magic school in Skyrim. These mods forces a player to slow down and earn what they learn, helping those who want to roleplay as an actual student of magic. Like I mentioned, we're going to be looking at spell research more in the next episode, so if you want to learn more, stay tuned. The next episode will continue the college quest lines, as I have decided is the best course of action for the series going forward. We will need to collect things from every faction, so essentially we will be doing everything in the game. So starting off with a solid foundation of magic from the start will help us in that journey to conquer all of Skyrim. Did I say conquer? Explore. As we explore all of Skyrim. There we go. This episode was actually going to come out next week, but after an overwhelming support on the first one, I decided to do it sooner. I'm really close to my goal of 1,000 followers, so it would mean a lot to me if this series is your thing, if you would subscribe to let me know. I really am having a lot of fun playing and editing this series, so I'm really excited to show you what we've got cooking up next. But that is where I'm going to leave today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're looking forward for more Skyrim. If you did think about subscribing, drop me a like, let me know your thoughts, and I will see y'all in the next one. Take care.